Well, today is the 2nd of August, it's 2024, and we're now in, well, we're not in Stoke-on-Trent actually, we're in Newcastle under Lyme, and Anita's going to have her hair done.
No, nails.
Not nails done, hair later.
Hair later.
Oh, I'll get it right eventually. Nails first, hair later. So we'll catch up with Anita a little bit later on.
Bye.
Well, both Anita and I are actually from originally Stoke-on-Trent, but the place that was closest for both of us, the town, was actually Newcastle under Lyme, and so Newcastle's got a really soft spot in my heart. It's changed incredibly over the years, but some things have remained the same. And I'm sitting in a little park here called the Queen's Park, and well, as you can see from behind me, it's absolutely beautiful at this time of the year and at many other times of the year. And always got lots of lovely flowers. Well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you for a little walk around Newcastle, and as I'm going, I'm sure I'm going to be doing a little bit of reminiscing. Well, it's called Queen's Park because of the statue of Queen Victoria, I suppose, which was moved here some time ago, and it tells you that she was born in Kensington Palace but died actually on the Isle of Wight in Osborne House. Here it says died at Osborne, and there they actually mean Osborne House, but buried at Windsor. And this is a really beautiful park. There used to be a school there, and they've actually built now, effectively that's the town hall, it's called Castle House, but it now serves as a library, a police station, and just about everything else to do with the local community. Last year there were lots of flowers when we were here, and this year equally large number of flowers, beautifully presented here in the gardens, and with some lovely hanging baskets. If I just carry on turning round, because I'm not going to have a chance to go up there, there's a lot of scaffolding there, and that actually used to be the swimming baths. It's now being converted into student accommodation, but it's been in that condition for a long time. Reminds me of lots of other places that I've seen up and down the country. Things started and not finished, and in Mallorca too, I suppose. You see in front we've got Wetherspoons. This is the Arnold Machin of Newcastle. It's called the Arnold Machin, and it used to be the post office. Hoping that there are some things which will remind us of the fact that it was the post office, and yes, indeed there is. So this used to be the main post office for the town, and right at the top, which I haven't got my camera with me today, my ordinary zoom camera, but it does say post office at the top. So that was the entrance to the main post office, where you could buy stamps and post letters and parcels. And then down the side here was where the post office workers used to go down there, and that was the yard, and vans used to come in and out of there, and that's again another soft spot because that's where my father used to work, and where both Anita and I have worked over the years. When we were students, we both worked on the post office, and kept us going. The building in front, well, that was in our day the library, the town library, and it was a fantastic new building, but it replaced an even more fantastic building that was there before. And if you look at old photographs of Newcastle, there was a big tower here and a really impressive building. Well, they knocked that down, built a new library, and now they've pulled out of there and gone into the Castle House, which I've just shown you in Queen's Gardens. And this now is being completely reformed and will be repurposed as well. So this was called the Ironmarket, and it used to be a thoroughfare for, I better walk in the pavement area, for cars, buses, trucks, everything. It used to be a really busy road. Now it's almost a pedestrianised area, and one of the main shopping streets historically. And it has gone across the road there to have her nails done. We're going to a wedding tomorrow, so it's nails first and then she's having her hair done. This is a relatively new shopping street, and this is pedestrianised, and I'll probably walk up that from the opposite direction. So I'm going to carry on going up the Ironmarket. It is a hodgepodge of architecture here with new and old together. So we've got the Georgian Dragon there, which has been like that for as long as I can remember as a child. This pub here, it's now called Reflex. Nothing to do, I don't think, with the Reflex in Palmanova, but an interesting old building. But as you can see, there's new stuff hidden amongst it. And like many of the town centres up and down the country, there are lots of charity shops. So the old businesses that used to be here have gone, and we've got more and more charity shops. I just noticed there's something new here. Keele in town. Keele is the local university. It's actually a couple of miles outside of Newcastle, and it is actually a wonderful a wonderful university. But it's one of these which is a pure campus university, but it's somewhat overgrown itself, I suppose. And a lot of the accommodation is here in Newcastle, where for the students there's a little bit more life. So I've just come to the brow of the Ironmarket, and I'm going to work down here. Some more charity shops there. I guess we'll have a look in those later when Anita's had her nails done. And then across the road you get somewhere that sells Rolex and Omega. Newcastle got a really long history. So I think it first got its charter in 1173. So when I was doing my O-levels many years ago, I had to write a project, and it was the year of the octocentenary. So 1973 was when I was doing that. More beautiful flowers, so Anita will tell you. I just wanted to come down here just to show you another nice old building. Pub we used to come to occasionally, had a nice fireplace in the winter, and the Bull's Head. Now there used to be a gallery that you could walk through there with shops, and well, that's gone. This one on the corner ended up being a charity shop. Even the charity shops are closing down. But still we've got the nice bloom here, and more renovation work going on. It's nice to see something's actually happening to some of these places. It used to be a thriving market town, and today is Friday, it's market day, so hopefully we'll get down to see a little bit of the market. In the past there's been very few stalls. So what's happening down here? Well, more of the shops that used to be here closed down. Very sad, really. The down there's just about see a black and white building down there, and there are a few more shops, but not very many, and there's a few shops there if you go up Merrill Street. Across the road there, Clement Wayne Limited. Clement Wayne used to be a pharmacy. Not sure what it is now. Egetts, not sure what that means. But it used to also be a camera shop, so it would be one of the shops I'd come down to Newcastle, and I would just be staring into the shop window wishing I could afford to buy one of the fantastic cameras that they have there. And that's back of St Giles's church, made out of a lovely sandstone. This is one of the local stones here, and it's got a lovely reddish colour. Chatwin's Craft Bakery, that's been there for a long time. And then the archway is called Pepper Street, and next to that, that used to be a bar restaurant called the Wine Vaults, and 40 something odd years ago, more than 40 years ago, Anita and I used to go there, and that's where we would have our romantic dinners many moons ago. In fact, I think I remember celebrating one of our 18th birthdays there. So this is Lloyd's Bank, a modern build, and then on the opposite side, that used to be another bank. Nice, again made out of this local stone. Been various banks over the years, but it looks as though it's now called the Wheelhouse, which I'm not sure what that means. And here is what's called the Roebuck Centre, and well, there used to be quite a few shops in there, but many of them closed down. You can see there's lots and lots are available to rent. Interesting building here. I'm guessing dates from the 1950s, looking at the style of window. I'm getting a feeling that this may well be a listed building. Curiously enough, it looks like they've got bottle kilns in the plaque on the side. Newcastle and Lyme is not really part of the Potteries. The Potteries is the 6 towns of Stoke-on-Trent. I did notice when I was looking at some pictures online while we were in Mallorca of Newcastle, I noticed they've sort of grassed this area over. I think it's AstroTurf, but it's an effort. It was supposed to be a nice sitting place. And then this is the Guildhall, which in all my years I think I've been in it once or twice of living here. Not even sure what it's used for now, but the one in Burslem actually ended up being a little bit of a sports centre. Looking here, I think that used to be W.H. Smith's works. We see that, the works in many places, and I suppose that's stations that's taken over a little bit from W.H. Smith's. McDonald's. And then we now come to the market area, and this is why people would come on a Friday. They come and have a look at the stalls here. And they would be buying their fresh produce. Anita will be down here, she'll be buying her flowers. More charity shops. Used to be Halford's. Halford's being the car spares specialist. And this, which is Poundland now, that was Woolworths, top of Friars Street. And if we go down here, all as far as you could see used to be market stalls. And this is what we're left with. It does sadden me a little when I come back to Stoke and I see how things have changed. When I say Stoke, I mean Newcastle as well. Stoke is the same, if not worse, in some parts. Stoke-on-Trent has 6 towns, and you'd think Stoke is the main one, but it's actually Hanley. But if you go down to Stoke, it's quite a depressed area. and just don't want Newcastle to be the same. Well, yesterday we were looking for taxis, and there's loads of them over there. We ended up walking from here to Angela's, which is a bit of a walk, but we couldn't find a taxi anywhere. But we didn't come to this part, so maybe there were, maybe there weren't. There certainly are now. So all down here used to be market stalls, right to the roundabout. The roundabout we're coming to is actually a sunken roundabout, and when it was first constructed, they put fountains in there, but some of the locals used to spoil it by adding the fairy liquid or other abhorrent things, and so they were turned into flower beds with lots of roses, so it's quite pretty with the flowers in bloom. And then as we come more or less to the end, we've got cash converters again, one of those stores that allows you to pawn your things effectively. Always one I like to have a little look around. Well, nothing in there for me today. We just have a look across the road. It's Brassington's. It's a place that's been around for a long, long time. But see, it's closed up now. Other places have changed the names over the years, and I must say I've forgotten the names of the original ones, but this is Mitchell's. Not sure really how associated he was with Newcastle, but Reginald Mitchell was the person who designed the Spitfire, and is much venerated here in the local area. In fact, there is a high school named after him. It's another place which Paul Hogarth now, it wasn't then. Reginald Mitchell, something of a local hero. And here's something that's really quite sad, because this was probably the family butchers of Newcastle. This is Cheadle's and Sons. We come there, get some lovely meat. And the Golden Lion, well, it's still called the Golden Lion, I'm not sure if it's the same as ever. Slug and lettuce, so I think that's a chain, isn't it? And Hallam Economic used to be our building society when we lived here. We saved our money with the Hallam Economic. Sadly, there's nothing left. I'm just noticing that they put some new tarmac down here, which is red, and they've actually put some planting area in the middle, so it's going to look a little bit better. This is CEX, which we do have in Mallorca, and I've been into one or two already here in England. Again, just nice to have a look around. Can't see any camera equipment in the window. Well, nothing for me. We did have a few cameras and lenses, but nothing that I would be interested in. A few more market stalls on this side, and another bank. This has been the NatWest forever, so it's one thing that's pretty much stayed the same. The shops right in front of us, well, they've changed considerably over the years. We'll go down there later on. Just have a quick look to see what's left, because I know that some of these buildings are actually listed. The sun's coming out. It's actually been quite pleasant since we've been here. Superdrug. So this, I think, is a listed building. And there is a plaque on the front. It used to be, back in 1820, so a long, long time ago, the Castle Hotel. And after being the Castle Hotel, it's been various shops over a period of time. One thing that brings me back to Stoke and the area, Newcastle, Wright's Pies. Do like a Wright's pie. Not on my diet, unfortunately, today, but they've got a Wright's Pie shop, and they're dotted around at Stoke-on-Trent and here again in Newcastle. Right, well, like I said, I'd take you down that end. We're just actually behind the Guildhall. So it's on the right-hand side there. I must say the market is disappointing. I forgot to mention the cinemas that used to be here in Newcastle. Across the road over there used to be two called the Rex and the Rio. And, as a little boy, I used to spend a lot of time watching movies there. The Rex and the Rio went a long time ago, but eventually did get replaced by View across there. I'm not sure whether there is still a cinema there. Yeah, it says every film, every day, every screening, $7.99. So you can still go to the cinema there. I'm just coming up Hassel Street.
You're right.
Now West Bank here, quite a big place. There's another bar across the road called the Foyer, but that has changed a lot over the years. I can't remember what it was before. It wasn't the Foyer. Somewhere here used to be the public toilets, which were underground. I'm thinking that might be it. Timpson's, shoes, repairs, tech repairs. And this used to be on the corner here, it's nothing now. It used to be one of the original fast food places. I think it was Woodby's. And there's the Newcastle bus station. Anita and I came in here by bus because we couldn't find a taxi. So we got the bus, which was okay. Took us, one of the things we say in Stoke, it took us round the Wrekin, which means it took us a long way, the Wrekin being a hill in Shropshire. This used to be Wilkinson's, and Wilkinson's went bust, so now it's Castle Discounts. And this is the end of the street which I mentioned to you. We looked at it briefly at the other end. I'm not sure what the name of this is, but it's pedestrianised, and it's I suppose it's now become the main shopping street. And we have a street entertainer. Well, he's singing away, but I can't have that. It will mess up my video. It isn't very good either. Closing down sales. Just at the end of here is where Anita's having her nails done. TUI holidays.
Like replace the Majorca one?
Yeah, but if I drop this now,
Cheers. Angela's in here.
I needed my nails done for a very special occasion tomorrow, and Angela made me an appointment here at Nail Creation, and just to show you my lovely nails again. And the lady in there, Tara, was very, very nice, so I will certainly come here again.
So the girls are actually gone now to do a little walk around the town. So I've just come back down to the Queen's Gardens, but I'm going to walk this way, which has not been yet. That's the what used to be the library, and it's now going to be apartments. Angela's telling me they're aimed at people over 55, so sort of a semi-senior set of apartments. Maybe something like that could bring a little bit more people into the town. So 1, 2, 3 bedroom apartments. I'm not sure of the prices, you'd have to look them up. But there's an alleyway here that brings you through.
The Newcastle.
And I just wanted to come this way just to show you a couple of other buildings. The one on the right here used to be a public convenience, so it's all boarded up now and no longer used as a public convenience. In the distance we can see just the tower of another big church here in Newcastle, and then in front of it there is another, what used to be a church, the Ebenezer. I think it might have been a Methodist, but then it was converted into a shop, and then looks like it might be offices. This is like a little ring road that goes around, and then we're now going up Merrill Street, which we saw from the other side. And this building here was the police station. Fine, wonderful old building. Been derelict for many years after the police moved out. Now seems to have been taken over. And there's a stone here. This stone was laid by the mayor, who in the day was John Bentley JP, on the 14th of February 1935. And it was obviously in sandstone, and it's wearing away. Just at the top there, you can see Newcastle and Lyme Borough Police, and that looks like the old police sign. Across the road, some more fine buildings. I think probably in need of a little TLC, but this is the Ebenezer schoolrooms, and the top of there it says lecture hall, but I showed you across the road there, that was the Ebenezer church, and this is the Ebenezer New Connection Sunday schools, and that one actually has a blue plaque. So the car park here was actually the police car park. More changes for me, more things looking different. The buildings all to the right here have now been demolished, and I remember them as being new buildings, but they were the civic offices, the town hall effectively, and it was a relatively new building. It's now been demolished, it's gone. long had a feeling within Stoke-on-Trent and in Newcastle that the local governments here have actually wasted a lot of money, and maybe there was something structurally wrong with the building that was there. But it was a relatively new building, I think probably built in the 60s. But now, God, this is the Fog Street Arcade, and the post office, when it closed originally, where the Arnold Machin Wetherspoon's bar is, the post office moved here. Now, there isn't a post office as such. You have to go into another shop which has got a department which happens to be the post office. So no, not a purpose built post office as such. Just coming down now towards the St Giles Church and Clement Wains that I mentioned earlier on in the video. That's a multi-storey car park there. That's new since we were last here, I think. So I've not seen that constructed. That's been built on the site of a supermarket. I can't particularly remember which supermarket it was. Across the road, the white building there used to be the Conservative Club. It's now called the Carlton. I'm not sure the Conservatives have a club anymore. I just noticed here, Rotary Club of Wolstanton. I will just have a little walk down as I've got a bit of time because Anita's going shopping or going looking around. Just to go down this end because there's some nice buildings and a nice little bit of history down here, for me anyway. And building I'm particularly interested in is the black and white building across the road there. Really nice looking old black and white timber building, Plant and Wilton. And there used to be second-hand shop that Anita used to come down every Saturday morning. We'd come and rummage through the records and used to buy singles to build up our collection. And this is Bridge Street down here, and there is a pub we used to go to down there, and also the Bridge Street Art Centre. Don't know if that still exists, probably not. And then there's another pub up here, look. Well, used to be a pub, which is another black and white building. Dated at the top there, 1836. Actually, it's got the history up there, so the Royal Scotch, the grey, Royal Scotch Grey, and then in 1868 the Gardener's Arms, in 1985 the Coach House, 1999 the Full Moon, the Newcastle Ale House, and just above the door it actually says the Gardener's Arms, which was 1868. I wonder if that stained glass dates from 1868. So, well, wow. That should bring people in. If they don't charge a fortune for people to park there. A nice little bit of artwork I've seen here, which shows some of the heritage of the area, which well, was mining. There was lots of mining here in Newcastle and in Stoke-on-Trent. Well, I've met up with the girls, and yes, and they've got some flowers. So nails, flowers, next is hair. Anyway, we're going to leave Newcastle now, so thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.